What are you doing?
We're planting winters.
Yeah?
Yep.
What the heck kind of operation you running here?
You tell me.
Look at all this stuff. What do you got in here?
Plant rescues from many years of Dad collecting.
Oh my goodness. That cactus is starting to look like me a little bit. Geez. So you're finally going to plant the ranch property after how many years? How many years has your dad been saying that he's going to finish the job up there? Ever since you can remember?
11 years.
11 years.
11 years.
All right. So Ray's got a bunch of big tortoises. They love to eat apuntia. And so Ray grew some apuntia. And I've had this crazy plant collection all around here, awaiting a trip to Winters, most of it, not all of it. And now we're dismembering it all. It's going to look horrible here, but it'll make Winters look beautiful. So, as you can see, a bunch of it died along the way. Actually, those Dudleys are still alive right there. Yeah, we're finally... Thing to do is get your plants right when you need them, not before, because they'll sit around and slowly die. Had a bunch of that. But look at this. Look at this beautiful... I don't even know. This is some crazy hybrid brahia. I believe it is nitida, but it's got the most unreal color to it. I'm going to plant that today. Look at these aloes. I don't even know what they are. Look at this yucca. You name it. It's just, we're going to go crazy.
It's a free-for-all.
Yeah. I picked up this plant collection from somebody who just wanted to get rid of all their plants and move. And so I've got all kinds of cool stuff. Crown of thorns. Yeah. Semi-leafless bird of paradise. I know they all look a little rough, but they're going to look great once they get in the ground. The panacea for a sad plant is to put it in the ground, and then it will just totally fix itself. So as you can see, the garden's going to be a little prickly. It will be a little soft. This is soft. Cow and Cody. And here's an avocado that I can't remember what seed this was, but it was a real special seed. And I decided to grow it. So Ray is going to hold that in her hands in the truck until we get there to pot it up, because we're growing avocados up there. Put it right there. There. Happy little customer. And we're going to make the migration. We're going to make the migration, Rhea?
What?
We're going to do it?
Yeah, we are.
Woohoo!
Make the tortoises happy.
Okay, so we made it to the ranch. These are Rhea's baby tortoises that she somehow talked us into when they were like the size of a quarter.
Now they're big boys.
Her dad had to build this huge exhibit just to house these things. And look, now they're trying to bust out, dig underneath, break out of here. And Rhea's being a nice mommy, and she's planting prickly pear because that's what they love to eat. Against my better judgment, because these things are crazy vigorous. And well, I guess we could just chop them down, throw them in the exhibit, and they'll just eat them all, right?
Yep.
All right.
They love them. Love them, love them.
Any last words?
Thanks, Dad.
Here comes your work crew.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys just make it happen, get rocks, whatever you got to do.
Okay.
Manuel can drive the other tractor. All right, what do you think about that? You down with that? You feel me? Seriously, you feel me? Yeah. And there's the boulder field. Now we're going to pack in a bunch of dirt, moving the dirt from over there to here. Got rid of all this junk I didn't need. It's going to form a really nice drainage layer. So then some cool cactuses and stuff I want to put in here, I can put it there, and they'll be even happier because of the drainage. It allows for air pockets between the rock so that that draws the water down. I need a lot of dirt here though. So I think the goal of this trip is just to plant this area, more or less, turtle pit area. That area is a whole nother day, a whole nother week, maybe a whole nother month. Anyway, so a little bit at a time. I'm moving some palms up there. I'm gonna put some palms in up there, green it up a little bit. You've got yourself a Brahia decumbens right there. And then off to its left is a hybrid between a Chilean wine palm and a queen palm. And it should be well accompanied by its friend, the queen palm. So that's kind kind of what's going on. Yeah, like a machine. She was doing that for like 5 minutes before I turned the camera on. So Ray, we're gonna see how we're gonna put the dirt over there. It's a little low over there. So we're gonna do that. All this loose dirt. All right, so what are we doing here, guys? Ray, you want to do the presentation?
Sure.
What's happening? What's happening?
We are building a dry stream with rocks, and then we're going to put succulents around it.
What's the dry stream for?
Runoff from the pit.
It's the overflow. It's the spillway that your dad built how many years ago?
9.
You think I think I built this not that long ago. But look, so I even put the rocks, some nice space rocks right there. And then we're gonna have some like square rocks on each side so you won't see the ugly concrete. You'll see that. And then the dry stream will come through here. I can't remember where this goes. I think that's just a clean out. But I got some drains, some sub drains in here so it doesn't saturate. But yeah, we're gonna put some big boulders along the edges. Hopefully we'll get this, at least this little section of dry stream done today. So I told Ray wants to plant stuff, and I'm like, well, we gotta do the dry stream before we plant more. So you want to do a presentation, Ray, on all the plants we planted? Walk around?
Sure.
Show the world? Where are you gonna start? Start with the bell?
Sure. Planted this little guy.
Start with the bell.
Bell.
The bell. Ring it. Ring it 7 times for good luck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gotta love Craigslist, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So just let's do a quick little synopsis of what you think is noteworthy here.
Planting a whole bunch of dry, spiky plants.
Well, I want to start out over here. Sorry to steal your thunder. It looked like you were walking right by my Chilean wine palm. Tell me about this one. What is this? What is that?
You said it was a cross between a Chilean wine palm and a queen palm.
Right. So we got a queen palm here, right there. A big, big, big boy. I put this in many years ago. And I've been dreaming about more plants ever since. And I got that Sago Palm over there. And somebody just gave it to me. It's a big, giant double. Look at this. I set it up so you can look at the baseball field. Watch. You can sit right here and watch baseball through the Sago Palm. See? Strike 3. You're out, batter. All right. What else? Okay. So we have a bunch of yuccas. What are those? Filamentosa Yucca. It's a real common one, but it's kind of pretty. Look. But I was never able to get rid of it, so I'm just kind of living with it. It just, once it's on the ground, you can never quite get rid of it. Look, there's more here. It's been here forever. So what we have here is Brahea decumbens. This is like a blue palm, like a Brahea armata, except that it suckers. It's extremely blue, and it has really beautiful, long, pointed parts of its fronds there. And look, there's actually a little baby right there, because it's going to sucker like a Mediterranean fan palm. They're extremely rare. I have one there. And they're not going to get too big, but it's going to be like this bushy backdrop to the waterfall. This is where you sit right here on a hot day. Turn the waterfall on. Hopefully I'll have rock all over this. You won't see all this plumbing. It's been like this for a really long time. Embarrassingly long time. Here's another Brahea decumbens. You see it already has some babies coming up on the bottom there. Another one here, so we have 3. Oh yeah, I told you later, she just won't stop. She's like a tractor. She's a child tractor. Yeah. Good thing that child labor laws don't apply here. And then we've got this giant puya. Ray trimmed this thing back. Ray, what was it like trimming the puya? Did you get stuck?
Oh yeah, it was terrible.
A bunch of times?
It has like spikes going all directions. So no matter what, you'll get spiked.
Let's see, you're right. Ow! That thing. Yeah, all directions. She is correct. So anyway, I actually have some in me right now. But she trimmed the bottom just so we could handle this thing. It was really difficult. I put that thing in. It's related to a pineapple, can you tell? I'm not sure. It's going to get a big giant flower, I think. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to do, but it's going to be awesome. And then I have this really beautiful Brahia. I don't even know. It's supposed to be a Brahia. It's supposed to be a Brahia nitida, but it's just crazy blue. And nitidas usually aren't that blue. I've got more nitidas over here that I put in a while ago. They're not quite as iridescent. So these are nitidas I grew over many years. Nitida's cool because it's more green. See that? It's interesting. It's cool, but it's not as vivid blue as that other one. It's the only Brahia that's truly thornless out of, 15 Brahias. What do we have over here? Let's introduce our new employee. This is Oliver Doljanin.
How's it going?
And yes, ladies, he is single. Just had to throw that in there.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's all about PR. Yeah, you can get,
right?
look, maybe like a half an inch more closer to that pipe.
Okay.
We're trying to get this tree as far this way as possible so it matches the other tree. Always got to have lots of cars stripes around, definitely. This is a hybrid between a Butia capitata jelly palm and a queen palm. It has this beautiful, lustrous, curvy foliage, dark green. And here's our agave bracteosa. Doesn't get any water, doesn't need it. It sits on top of that well casing pipe. We're going to put lights inside these things. They're going to glow. It's going to be awesome. And then I failed to mention my semi-leafless bird of paradise. I like to call it semi-naked bird. And there's going to be two more here framing. It's all kind of symmetrical through here. Then the symmetry falls apart. This whole concept in here was created from these two crepe myrtles that I inherited. This beautiful one here, and then there's a matching one over there. And the previous owners planted those, and I don't know what their symmetry was, but once I saw that, I decided to just go crazy, full symmetry, and I really like the effect. There it is. Got the arbor going. It's looking sharp. My kids are all going to get married over there, in case you're wondering, or in case they're wondering. Yeah, can't do all this and not have something like that. The orange grove is getting old and needs to be replaced, and I will do that, but I'm going to finish this first. Look, still going, like the ever-ready bunny. What else? We've got some red crown of thorns. It's going to be a beautiful dark green and red contrast to the blue of the nitida, or whatever that is. Here is a Yucca linearifolia. It just flowered. That means it's going to branch down. So this is like when you walk by, you're going to get a little bit of acupuncture, just enough to make you respect the boundaries. But look, it doesn't really violate. Look at that. It gets right to the edge, and that's it. Right above it. I think it's perfect. See that? So these are 5 feet wide. There's plenty of room. What else do we have here? It's one of my favorite plants. Here's my big giant mound. This was quite a bit of work to achieve. Boulders are looking good because they're set. The way I did this was on one big flat plane originally, and I took these giant boulders with the crane. I have a video for that. Hopefully you saw that. And I set them on pedestals of soil. And, because I knew I was going to create this mounded effect here. I really wanted to kind of separate this walkway. This is where the bride's going to walk up, and me after I hit baseballs. Anyway, I wanted to kind of a mound, to kind of hide the turtle pit a little bit. So I'll have lots of cool stuff in here. I also wanted to link the artificial stone, make it make sense. And you can see now it does. Look, that's all artificial stone over there, and this is real sandstone. So I think we did a pretty good job. And the sandstone that we have here matches more or less the sandstone flagstone that we have here. There's going to be a pathway going through here. It's going to come up to, look at this. I think this is Agave titanota, but I don't really know. Another puya. Just love saying puya, you know? Puya, puya. That's how you say puya. So this one has thorns, but they're not as wicked as the other one. You can kind of, actually. Not quite as bad, but almost. I don't know what kind of agave this is, but he sure is pretty. This one over here is California native agave shaw eye from the coastlines of Southern California. If you Google this, you'll see a really cool video I have of this plant when it's in bloom, which is really pretty one, bright yellow. What else? We're going to have the pathway going through here. We have some Opuntia. Rhea wanted to put some Opuntia next to the turtle pit, surrounded in Opuntia. And the tortoises love Opuntia. They love to eat it. So they're one of their natural diets. And so now we have lots of it here. We just break it off and throw it in. That's all we have to do to feed the turtles. The Opuntias, not to be confused with the puya, they don't require any water at all, really. So here's the staircase going down. That's their water pit. And so the pathway is going to come up to the staircase. It's going to wander around like this. So there'll be a big planter here. I'm going to do a big island of cool stuff. Probably have some elevation change for interest. We have a variegated yucca here. This is quite yellow right now, but they get really dark green and then they glow with color. So when the sun comes up in the morning and it shines through this, it'll really glow. It'll act as an edge. Out here, there's going to be a whole citrus grove. That'll be the backdrop. I have a rare phoenix palm going here. Thinking about putting a loquat, or not a loquat, a kumquat here. The kumquat that currently is standing on top of that retaining wall right there that needs stucco really badly. Now, here we have this is a sausage tree, Cagellia pinnata. It's from Africa. Gets these giant sausage-looking things. Google it. Maybe if I'm really adept, I'll overlay a picture of one of these things on the video. But this thing is such a trip. It's dark, beautiful, tropical green. It's really stiff, which is great here because it's really windy. I think it loves it here because, I think it's from a place just like this. Because the reason it's so stiff probably is it's used to the wind. Things that blow in the wind like this lose moisture. When they're stiff, they don't. And it's also reflective. See how shiny that is? That reflects the light away from it. And this is an extremely drought-tolerant plant because there was a long time we didn't even water this thing. And you can see, look, not only is it like here in this hot environment, dry, it's elevated, meaning so whatever water gets in it just goes away. And it still survived. Anyway, this will be a big lawn area, volleyball court. That's it, stuff I did before. And we're adding, this looks extremely sad, but this is a Dipsis decipiens, coolest palm on the planet. I've been growing it, believe it or not, for 20 years from a seed. But I've abusively grown it. But here's another one. And it's gonna take off. The previous owners had a lime tree here, and it was great because whenever I needed a lime for my cerveza, it was quite handy. And then it got big and beautiful, and then the rats ate the trunk and it died. So I'm trying to resurrect that right here in the same exact spot. I really like it. It's a big punch of tropical green color amidst a lot of the desert plants. And that's about it for the moment. I will leave you with a silhouette of my beautiful queen palm. And we're going to get back to work. I think Ray needs some help digging that trench he's digging. Hey, Ray, you know what I am, and I'm going to try to make you today.
Superscaper.
That's probably true. I'm Superscaper. You'll be Superscaper too. Actually, more specifically, I am a Dry Creek snob. And today I'm going to make you a Dry Creek snob.
Okay.
What do you think a Dry Creek snob is?
Putting the rocks meticulously in place so they look good.
So they look like what?
A dry creek.
What kind of Dry Creek?
a non-man-made one.
Yeah, that's it right there. Woo, 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 woo. All right, so everybody, this is what we're doing. You can see I'm pretty obsessed about rocks. This is a giant hole in the ground that I made many years ago. Thought I'd be done with this landscape, but I'm not. Fill this up full of well water. Well water comes over there from those pipes right there. And I need to cover it up and camouflage, which I kind of did with that palm. It'll grow up. I need to paint them and cover them with rock. But anyway, you can sit up here, turn the water on. It floods this little area, the little backrest right there. And then it overflows and goes off the waterfall. It's deep enough to dive in if you do it right. It's 7 feet deep. If you don't do it right, you could die. Kind of true with a lot of things. You know, do it right, whatever you're doing, don't die. Anyway, so we've got the whole bench here you can sit on. That floods out. Little bench you can walk out, enter over here. Little benches sit over there. It's kind of set up like a hot tub, but it gets really hot here. So one of the things that we need to do is sometimes we have an overflow. We have the overflow right here. Here's the low spot that was put in many years ago. And now what we're doing is creating the dry stream bed through here. And we want to make it look as natural as possible. It runs across something that's totally not natural. That's just the way it is. It's called a runnel. A runnel runs the water across, and then we're going to have another dry stream. Ultimately, we're not going to build that today. We'll build that another day, and it's going to go down Gesundheit. Is that how you say it? Under the tree, we'll have a big old, like, sort of a, where all the water is going to end up, and it'll water this valley oak, which is so beautiful. And they love water like that. Hey, look, we've got a little friend. Little friend. There he is. All right, so we're going to get back to work. We'll get it done right now. Whoa, 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 whoa. Remember, what are we?
Landscape superscapers?
No, we're Dry Creek snobs. So check it out, Red. Check this out. Here's the deal. So we want them rounded, you know, like river wash, which is great, all the different sizes, which that looks great. But here's something else we should think about. Something else we should think about is this is probably the part of the stream people are going to see the most, right? I think we should really concentrate on not only rounded, but the most colorful, most beautiful rocks, kind of like that one right there. Look at the color on that. So it's something to think about when you're building this. I brought over some bigger rocks too. Let me show you. Over here. See these? Over here. Look at this. Like, look at some of these. This one's beautiful red. This one's kind of a reddish tan. There's beautiful. So you can use the dolly, but just go for it, you know. But think about like a lot of super color in this area, and in the earth tone to match the bigger rocks. All of these rocks we mine out of this property here. I have tons of rocks. Look at all these rocks. Every time we dig a hole, we find rocks. So we're picking out the best rocks right now. We're going to use the absolute best rocks of all right here. And the best rocks are the most colorful ones, most interesting. Like this rock right here, he's rounded on this side. He's beautiful, but he's broken on this side. So what you'll do is you'll put this side down so you don't see that. And you'll see the top part. Does that make sense? All right. This is how you become a Dry Creek snob. Stream snobophile like I am. Okay, we're on a little field trip. See some nature in action. This is actually on my property here. It's a natural dry stream. So let's see how nature does it. See? Big rocks, little rocks, even little tiny pebbles. Look at it. Every type of size rock you can imagine. And look, no, it's not a straight line. It curves. And look, there's ground above it on both sides. You see what I mean? And look, I mean, this is not your driftwood coming down the creek, but it's kind of like that. It's beautiful, root systems. I guess you could have a natural root system exposed like this along your stream edge. That would look really natural. And acorns. You even got acorns in there. But this is my property at the bottom of the ranch here, and it is fairly straight actually, kind of like not what I professed, but that's just because that's how this one behaves. It gets a little twisted further up, and here I'm establishing a bunch of riparian plants, semi-riparian. Got your California walnuts going in here. There is a canyon live oak right there, and a whole bunch of other things I'm trying to get going out here. And when I say we have a lot of rock, we've got a lot of rock. Look at that. Not only do we have that pile, we got little pallets everywhere. This is my boneyard. I love my boneyard. So many bones out here. And look, another pile of rock. Like I said, the rock is everywhere. I'm gonna bring this rock over there right now and look at that beautiful rock. Oh, so pretty, so pretty. Let's do it. It's Rhea. When we're hiking in the Sierra along a dry stream bed, which I've taken you up there and done hundreds of times, what do we see in the stream bed, or maybe on the sides of the stream bed, besides rock? Do you remember?
Plants.
What else? Okay, plants. What more specifically, what do we see?
Footprints.
What might wash down the river, become embedded and lodged along the river course?
Oh, I don't know.
Come on, Ray, let's play my game.
Ugh.
You give up?
Yes.
Look. What?
Wood.
Wood. Yeah, look at that thing. All right, guys, if you're building a dry creek bed and you're a snob like me, and you want it to look natural, you want it to look like there was like a big flood. These stream beds, they flow softly sometimes. They flow rampantly at other times, viciously. And they will break all these rocks and round them all out. But more importantly, too, they will dislodge logs, wash them down the stream, and ultimately deposit them on the sides of the creek and stuff. So we'll have to think about where to put this log. All right? It's looking good, though. It's looking good. It's coming along. You having fun? Mm-hmm. All right, cool. You can always tell the dumb lizards. The dumb lizards are the ones who don't move when you move the pallet. And oftentimes, they're missing their tails because they often get caught. They get away, but they get caught. Dude, you gotta go. Okay, guys, I'm picking some rocks here for edge of the stream kind of thing. Obviously, we're going with rounded because that's what the water does to rocks. This one here, see that sharp edge right there? That is like recent rock fall or breakage of some sort. Whereas, see this rounded edge here? That's more weathered, at least weathered if not tumbled in a stream. So, and even this one here is rounded. So try to go with your rounded rocks more than your freshly broken stones, because that's what nature would be doing in your absence in the creation of a stream. So the beauty of having your own quarry, I mean your own quarry, everywhere you dig, there's rock. So now we've pretty much got this dry stream bed pretty set up. It's still a bit rough. Here's the spillway. You see, we're just slightly higher than the spillway. I might even mortar this a little bit. Who knows? We'll see. But looking out of the spillway, there's your dry stream bed. It obviously goes, hangs the left, hangs the right, hits big rocks where it can't erode away, like supposing it was natural. And then it directs it to the runnel. And then we'll build another one over there. So this took, how long did this take, Rhea?
I have no idea.
Probably took about 5 hours from the time we started digging it out. Well, it was already pretty dug out already.
Yeah.
It's probably a full day project with 3 people to build this thing here. So anyway, there's your dry stream bed. I'll give you a finished shot when it's all done. We're gonna have, so basically the idea is we have a planter on this side and obviously a planter over there. These rocks here are just sort of leftovers that didn't make the cut. And so we'll show you the finished product when we're all done, but it looks pretty good, I think. It sort of gives context to my poor man's swimming pool I built. It ended up being not so poor man's after the time I spent all the time in my labor. I built this during the recession though, when nobody was hiring me, so I had lots of time. That was in 2011. And now it's 10 years later. Finally finishing this job. It's embarrassing. Anyway, there's your dry stream, and we'll give you a finished shot when we're done. So as I mentioned, when you're walking up dry streams, you often find big hunks of driftwood cast ashore. And here is one lodged in the riverbed itself, contorted and beautiful. And Rhea made the astute point, look down, you can't just have one.
Yeah, it looks out of place. So we're gonna get more.
Where are we gonna get them?
Creek beds?
Up in the mountains. Yeah. We're gonna illegally poach them. Shh. Anyway, I don't want to get permission. You never know. You get thrown in jail for the most minor offenses these days. Rhea made this beautiful, she's an artist, by the way. You could tell because she made this focal point right in the middle of this, you know. Occasionally when you're walking through creek beds, you'll find really beautiful stones that are different from the rest. And here you have a beautiful quartz that washed down. Don't be afraid of using different kinds of stone a little bit, because as you saw in the creek bed at our house here, we had the natural one. There's all kinds of different stone in it, all kinds of composition of stone. And here we have quartz right next to whatever the heck that is. But what a beautiful combination, that orange and white. So there you go. We'll wet it down when it's wet. It's gonna be really beautiful. Ring the bell vigorously and continuously. Vigorously and continuously. Ring it. Vigorously and continuously. Are you done with your dry creek?
Yes.
Show me your dry creek.
It's right there.
Oh, that is so cool. It really looks like a real dry creek, kind of, sort of, almost. Except for this funny little spillway that doesn't look. But this part looks natural down here. Woo! And there's your dry creek, everybody. And yeah, so what do you have? You gotta talk all day about these plants. I don't even know what this is, but somehow I had this plant. Super cool. Hoping it's gonna take off. Be a little weedy looking, a little pretty looking. We've got our Beschneria over there, Flamingo Glow. We've got our blooming yucca, native yucca to Arizona. Some really beautiful aloe. We're gonna, do a whole bunch of things in here. More aloe. There's our big piece of driftwood that got lodged from a giant storm when there was a massive flow of water here. And what else? There's the yucca right there. Yucca Variegata, or I don't even know which one that is. Another one hanging over the river here. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? It almost got washed out with the flood that lodged that thing. And yeah, the demo garden's coming along. What did you think about your first couple of days working for Golden Gate Palm?
It's fun. It's different.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's it like working with me?
Never stops.
That's a polite way of saying, damn, dude.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. We're out of here. We got to go. And that is a beautiful yucca flower over the river, just like that.